Iran is a country that was once seen by Western powers as weak, isolated, and fragmented. But today, that same Iran has become a symbol of pride, resistance, and leadership for the entire Muslim world. While other countries sat by as silent spectators, Iran raised its voice, sacrificed its resources, put its economy on the line, but stood firmly with the Palestinian Muslims. Iran not only challenged a superpower like the United States, but also did things against a formidable force like Israel that the rest of the Muslim world can only dream of. This is the same Iran that, after the Islamic Revolution of 1979, showed the world that a Muslim country can progress without compromising its identity, ideology, or dignity. When the United States imposed economic sanctions on Iran, Iran did not back down. Instead, it began to rely on itself. While wealthy countries like Saudi Arabia were providing their land for American air bases, Iran was turning its own land into fortifications against the enemy. On one hand, the Arab world was immersed in oil wealth, while on the other, Iran was investing in its science, technology, drones, missiles, and defense systems. Iran didn't just offer verbal support. It took concrete actions for Palestine. Even Iranian women donated their jewelry to the government so that the Muslims of Gaza could be helped. Iran's General Qasem Soleimani came to the battlefield and shed his own blood, showing the world that the word Ummah is not just for speeches, but for action. When Israel bombed Gaza, the Arab countries only issued statements, but Iran quietly mobilized its allies. In Syria, Lebanon, Yemen, and even Iraq, groups supported by Iran made Israel and its allies feel the heat. Iran even managed to reach the Israeli intelligence agency Mossad, something no other Muslim country has accomplished to this day. Keep in mind, if any country has suffered the most losses in the struggle for Palestine's freedom, it's Iran. Yet Iran has never shown any sign of backing down. A senior leader like Ayatollah Khamenei once stood on the pulpit of Tehran's Grand Mosque and clearly stated that we will wipe Israel off the map. Dear friends, Arab countries need to understand that Israel's war is not limited to just Gaza. The dream of greater Israel stretches from Mecca, Medina, Baghdad, and Syria all the way to Iran. If the Muslim world does not wake up even now, tomorrow this fire will reach their own homes. Iran has taught the world that true strength does not lie in money, but in honor, sacrifice, and spirit. That is why today, Muslims around the world consider Iran a hero, even if they disagree with its sect. Dear friends, Iran is not called powerful just because of verbal claims, but its defensive capabilities, advanced technology, and strategic planning have also shaken the world's major powers. Today, when we talk about Iran's military strength, it is not limited to just conventional weapons. Iran has looked the world in the eye and developed advanced drone technology. Suicide drones like the Shahed 136 have not only been seen used against Israel, but also on the battlefields of Ukraine alongside Russia. The United States and Israel are so afraid of these drones that they are developing special systems to counter them. Iran has also made such advancements in its ballistic missile program that Israel's sensitive military centers are now within its range. Missiles like Fateh, Qayyam, Karamshar, and Desfal have the capability to strike targets more than 1,000 kilometers away. The target of these missiles is not just the enemy's body, but to reach deep into their very spirit. In the field of cyber warfare as well, Iran is striking quietly but effectively. America's nuclear facilities, Israel's Iron Dome, and even European systems have all come under the target of Iranian hackers. Israeli newspapers themselves have reported that Iran has breached several sensitive data systems in Tel Aviv. Now the question is, if Iran is doing all this, why are the other 57 Muslim countries staying silent? The answer is simple but bitter. The truth is, most Arab countries run on financial aid from America or European powers. Their economies, banking systems, and even the very existence of their governments depend on the mercy of the West. If they take a stance like Iran, their monarchies will be at risk. That's why they only present resolutions at the United Nations but don't take any real action. Another thing is that there's a severe lack of consensus within these countries' internal systems. Some countries are Sunni, some see Shia as enemies, some have issues with Turkey, and others with Qatar. Iran bridged this gap and showed the world that the issue of Palestine is not just a sectarian matter, but a problem for the entire Muslim Ummah. Dear friends, we also need to understand that Iran's success is not just because of its military or missiles. Its greatest strength is its leadership. Leaders like Ayatollah Khamenei, who have stood firm against the world superpowers for over 40 years, do not speak with threats, but with conviction. Their decisions are not made for the moment, but are based on the wisdom of centuries. Today, if Iran is openly challenging Israel, there is only one ideology behind it, and that is to raise a voice against oppression. The same ideology that Imam Hussein, peace be upon him, presented on the battlefield of Karbala. That is why Iran considers every speech, every announcement, every step as a sacred duty. Iran's goal is not just to eliminate Israel, but to awaken the Muslim Ummah. The same Ummah that once ruled the palaces of the Ottoman Caliphate, the Mughal Empire, and Cordoba, is now only offering prayers for Palestinian children on social media. Iran reminded the Ummah that the tears of Gaza's children are not just for emotional videos, but for a duty. Iran showed that if your intentions are sincere, even sanctions can be turned into strength. Iran's military, generals, scientists, and diplomats all work together as a team. Everyone knows exactly what Iran's mission is. Viewers, besides this, Iran has also outmaneuvered some of the world's most powerful countries in the fields of nuclear programs and global diplomacy. Iran's nuclear program is not just a plan to build an atomic bomb, but an entire strategy. The United States and Israel have always tried to prevent Iran from becoming a nuclear power. But despite every sanction, every obstacle, and every threat, Iran managed to acquire the kind of technology, thanks to the hard work of its scientists, that only superpowers possess. Iran established nuclear plants like Natanz, Fordow, and Iraq, where centrifuges are enriching uranium at a very rapid pace. The biggest fear for the United States and Israel is that if Iran manages to build an atomic bomb, Israel's very existence will be at risk. That's why Israel had Iranian scientists assassinated and carried out cyber attacks on its facilities. But every time, Iran managed to recover and kept moving forward. Iran has never openly declared its intention to build an atomic bomb, but its statements, research, and quiet preparations all indicate that it is always ready. So, dear friends, if you enjoyed the video, please like it to encourage us. God willing, we'll be back with a new video for you. Until then, take good care of yourself, the people around you, your loved ones, and this channel.